So the word is, again, the next word is made of two parts, fa and thamma. Okay, we can write down for me. Thamma. Okay. Fa means so or then, and thamma means place. Thamma is used for some place. Okay. So fathamma, so that place. So at that place, wherever you turn your face, in that direction or in that place.
Okay.
Okay. What will happen in that place? Wajhullahi. Okay. So the word is Wajhullahi. Okay. Now, this next word is Waw, Jim, and Ha. It starts with these three letters: Waw, Jim, and Ha. And the word noun is Wajhun. Wajhun means face. Wajhun means face.
This the jim is what is mean jim? Just wajhullah, you put jim, little jim, there. Yeah, little, yeah.
You stop there for me. You stop there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's jim mean is stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Wajhun means face. Okay. So this is one word, Wajhun, and we have another word which is originally the word is Allahu. So these are two words and both are noun. Okay? Wajhun is a noun, is a face. Allahu is the original word and it means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? The word is Allahu. Okay? Two separate words. If we want to relate those two words together and we want to say face of Allah, in English you just put OF in there. Okay? If you want to make a relationship between two words, okay, what you do in English, you just put off in between. Okay? So it will become face of Allah. Okay? That's how we combine two nouns and relate to each other. In English, we put just off. Okay? In Arabic, we have discussed few times, how do we connect these two, which will give the meaning of face of Allah? Okay? The way we do is that we take the first word here, which is Wajhun, and on the last letter there are two dhammas. We remove one dhamma from there, and on the second word, last letter has one dhamma. We change this to a kasra. So this will become Wajhu, this will become Allahi, right? So by the combination, this will become Wajhullahi. Wajhullahi. Okay? Wajhullahi means face of Allah. Now this doesn't really mean that Allah has a face like people have faces. Okay? But it means the entire attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Allah's Zaat se bolte na. Wajhullah. So what happens here? This alif is not pronounced. Okay? So it becomes a Hamzatul Wasl like this. Okay? So Wajhullahi means face of Allah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that wherever you turn your direction, فَأَيْنَمَا تُوَلُّوا, wherever you turn, فَسَمَّا, at that place, Wajhullah is the face of Allah, means Allah is present there. Okay? You don't have to look up for Allah in the direction of east or west or north or south. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is everywhere. Wherever you turn yourself, wherever you want to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wherever you want to ask for help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it doesn't matter that you need to turn in any particular direction to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? So, Wajhullahi means face of Allah. Okay? Fasamma, then there, or there means place, is the face of Allah. Wherever you turn your direction, you will find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is what the whole thing is, that there is no limit that Allah has to be found only in the direction of east or direction of west. Okay? فَأَيْنَمَا, doesn't matter where or wherever you turn yourself, there is the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? There is the face of Allah, means Allah is present there in that direction. Okay? Then after that is the word Inna Allaha Wasi'un Alim. Okay? So inshallah, let's look at those words. So the first word is Inna. Okay? Inna, we have seen many times.
Sure.
Inna means surely or indeed. Surely or indeed. Means without doubt. Positively. Surely. Okay? Then the word is, after that the word is, original word is Allahu. Okay? But when Allahu comes with after Inna, or any word that comes after Inna, Inna has the characteristic, it changes the last Dhamma into a Fataha. Okay? So this will become Allah Ha. And again, this alif will not be read because now you're combining noon with the lam. Innallaha. So this alif becomes Hamzatul Wasl. In the word Allahu, alif is there, but when Inna comes, because you combine, you do not read alif, but the effect of Inna shows here. Allahu becomes Allaha. Meaning does not change. It means indeed Allah. Indeed Allah. Surely Allah. Okay? Then the next word is, so indeed Allah. Indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Wasi'un Alim. Okay? The word is Wasi'un and Alimun. wasi'un. Wasi'un and alimun. Okay? The first letter is from these three letters, Waw, Sin and Ain. Okay? This means to encompass something, to surround something. Okay? To surround something. We have a word because of wasi. Wasi means something which is spread all over the place, which is covering everything, surrounding and encompassing everything. Okay? So that means to surround or encompass. To encompass means someone who has authority over surrounding everything. Okay? That means wasa, wasinan. And the person who does that or whoever does that, that is the wasi'un. Okay? Like sajidun. The doer is made. If you notice that we have done that, if you have these three letters, Sin, Jim, Dal, to make sajda. How do we make a person here? We just put an alif between the first and the second letters, and we spell like that, Sajidun. Sajidun is a person who makes sajda. So how to make doer? You put an alif between the first and the second letter, and you put the harakat Abidun. Abidun is a person who worships. Hamidun is a person who glorifies, praises. Okay? So to make a doer, someone who is doing that action, you just put an alif there. Okay? So Sajidun, same thing here. If you do the same thing, this will become wasi'un. This word will become wasi'un. Put an alif there and you put the same harakas. Fatas, kasra and two dhammas. Fatah, kasra and two dhammas. So wasi'un is someone who is surrounding everything, who is encompassing everything. So that is one of the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one of the asma'ul husna of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is wasi'un.
It's there the woman, how is that? You can use it on what word for? No?
Sajidatun is a feminine, right?
Feminine, yeah.
So when put ta marbuta at the end, and it becomes the female, right? Sajidun is a masculine gender. If you want to make a feminine gender, you put a ta at the end.
Kind of sajda.
Like so. So that becomes Sajidatun. The name Sajida is a female name, right? Hamida is a female name. Rabia is a female name, right?
You're right.
So that is the rule of making a feminine gender, is that you put a ta at the end, ta marbuta. Okay? So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's attribute or asma'ul husna is one of those, wasi'un. Okay? The one who encompasses everything. Okay? And then the next word is Ain, Lam, Mim, and this means to know. Okay? And in this case, the doer can be made by putting a ya between the second and the third. Alimun. That means one who knows a lot. One who has knowledge. Okay? Alim means a lot of knowledge. If I put an alif here between these two, it will become like alimun. Alim, a person who has some knowledge. He goes to school, learns something, right? But Alim means someone who has lot of knowledge. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Alim because He has lot of knowledge. Okay? So, Inna Allaha wasi'un alim. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is encompassing everything, surrounding everything, and He is knowledgeable about everything. Okay? So, wasi'un means encompassing. And knowledgeable, or knower, one who knows,
So Ghafur
all
Rahim.
knowing.
So Ghafur Rahim also related with this one. Ghafur Rahim.
Yes, well, Ghafurun has a different meaning. One who forgives, and Rahim is like Alim, the one who does a lot of rahmah, lot of mercy. Okay? So whenever you see the word that come with the ya between the second and the third, that means there should be the intensity of action. Rahim, Kareem, Alim. Okay? Those are the words that bring the intensity of action. So like in Ar-Rahman Rahim, Rahim is one who does a lot of mercy.